This shit is crazy sketchy. Should be John on camera, but it's not. It's Brian. Oh my God. Wolf Rocks. It is a trip. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my God.
That's it. Straight ahead.
So I've been coaching John for over 6 years now. We're on day 2240 of his training log when he started the AT. He just reached out to me and we had a conversation about what I thought he was capable of, how we might communicate that over time, and how we might approach the problem differently, right? Like he wanted to do these astounding multi-day events, and we want to come at it from the end of, well, if you're doing those events, we want to make you as fast and as strong as you can possibly be at the top end, because once you're out there and just grinding day after day and doing all of these miles, your limiter is going to end up being that ceiling of your fitness.
And it's a left and then a quick right. Next right, correct?
Yep. You got it, John. Come on.
In John's spreadsheet brain, originally he wanted to do a tailwind an hour, alternating between caffeinated, non-caffeinated.
This is calf.
Here's a non-calf.
This is a non-calf, yeah.
Calf, non-calf, calf, non-calf recovery.
It's been a little stressful, I'm not gonna lie.
Who has John's phone?
I don't have John's phone.
Who has John's phone? I
Boundary.
can't hear.
The camera needs to go forward.
What can I help you do?
So right now we've got our team transitioning some stuff. Also have one road crew transitioning off, and we're onboarding an interim road crew, working out the kinks of where things go in the Rivian, who's doing what tasks, and getting everything set up so it's a smooth transition so John doesn't realize like any of this is going on.
Have fun, all right?
When John makes a spreadsheet, it's not saying this is what I'm going to do. It's saying by doing this, by setting up this framework, I'm making it possible to bring out the best in myself while being fully present with what I'm doing. And so when he's out there, he's not staring at a spreadsheet or doing anything like that. That data liberates him to fully engage with the trail. When you're fully broken down, you might be at 40%, 50%, 60% of your baseline. What is that 40%, 50%, or 60% actually referring to? What's the denominator? Because the higher you can push that, the higher you're going to push the output there too. And so, yes, there are some athletes that can push at higher percentages, and John is one of them. John was born with that. Tara Dower was born with that, and they've worked their asses off, and they're the toughest people I've ever met. Most of the time, my role is not to say, like, do this or go harder or whatever. Like, John doesn't need that. John is so intrinsically motivated and doing this to raise money. I'm there to say, hey, John, right now, let's go to sleep and relax and rest and be a little bit more conservative while pushing the limit.
Occasionally when we're out there, we have to remind him to eat and drink, and he may push back a little bit, but we have to kind of be firm, and we're doing the right things for him by recommending. John does like a baton pass off of items. So runners will be carrying his poles, his cell phone, an emergency bag, his headphones sometimes, the Insta360.
You're just walking on the resort area on the south.
Good work, team!
You crushed your work, John. Awesome.
It was, 10-minute mile pace. Do you have caffeinated tailwind? Who is the caffeinated tailwind? get it out of my bag. We're all still running at a 10-mile pace. Gets it out of my bag. And it was like baton pass up the line. Pulls back.
You hear this,
nutrition
man?
up.
This is gonna be us tomorrow.
Feeling very
I
checked
think
out.
I think like 40 miles with 6,000 feet of vert's good for the day. Although I don't know how he's doing. I mean, it's really amazing. I don't know how he's doing this every single day.
Like right now, as we're talking, he's approaching the hardest part of the trail, and we're talking about when do the risks begin, right? Because like the whole thing is a risk, but like eventually you take a chance, and that chance increases your risks of failure a lot, but it also increases the chances of the greatest success and opportunity.
As we get into week 5 of John's FKT attempt, we look at the total accumulation of what he's achieved, but also what's to come in the future. So over the first 30 days, John has accumulated 1,668 miles, averaging 55.6 a day. However, over the last week, he has slowed down due to the heat wave across the northeast of the United States. So the last 7 days is an average of 53.1 miles a day, exactly on pace for 40 days exactly, which is 18 hours ahead of record pace. That being said, the temperatures are cooling off in the northeast, but with the cooler temps comes rain. So as John enters the White Mountain Range, will the cooler temps help him, or will the rain slow him down even further? While it's easy to say or assume that John is fatigued, we do want to call out the excessive amounts of fatigue that he's actually feeling. So in my decade plus of looking at data for athletes, this is always a strong indicator that rest is needed and the body is just not recovering properly. So John's average resting heart rate on a normal day is between the upper 40s to lower 50s in beats per minute. But over the last week, he has now exceeded over 70, topping out at 71 as of Monday, June 23rd. To go along with John's resting heart rate, we can also see his HRV tracking lower over the span of his FKT attempt. But what really stands out is the deep valley that took place at the end of last week. So not only is John's body not recovering through his heart rate data graph shown previously, but his HRV continues to dwindle. So at this point in time, you know, John's not feeling good. We can all assume that, but from everything I'm seeing, this is a strong indicator that his body is at its absolute max, and recovery is truly needed at this point. The last data point we'll look at to see how fatigued John truly is his sleep data. So over the last 30 days, John is averaging 4 hours and 10 minutes of total sleep a night. But if you look at that even closer, he's actually only getting about an hour and 10 minutes of restorative sleep between either deep sleep phases or REM phases. So 2 hours and 40 minutes of his total sleep a night is light sleep, or he's fidgeting, awake, moving, going to the bathroom, all these different things. So 4 hours and 10 minutes is exceptionally low overall, but if you look even closer, his restorative properties of sleep is substantially lower than that altogether. And the last thoughts overall is what John is doing is amazing. But at this point in time, this is all mental toughness and grit. So if you're watching and you can get out there to support him in the White Mountains or Katahdin, now is the time. Get out there, cheer him on. This is truly a testament of what the human mind and body is capable of doing.